What up, world? It's Double O, and we're back. So recently, if you follow Andrew Huang, you know that they just did a 4 producers, 1 sample with Andrew, llmind, Servida, and the Kount. I couldn't help but feel left out. And I was like, damn it, I'm gonna take a crack at it. You can download the sample for free. The link is in the description. I decided I wanted to do some cool shit with it. Let's go. Okay, so first things first, let's listen to the sample. The sample is in a brand new Cymatics pack called Zodiac. But let's just jump in. Smooth. What's cool about this is they made it so that you can download the stems, you can download this version that I have in here, you can also grab the version with drums. Cheat code alert, I did watch the 4 producers, 1 sample with everybody before, and the Eldre 1 producer, 1 sample. So I kind of had a sense of how everybody was flipping it. So I knew I had to do something very different than what anybody else would have done with it. Everybody went and grabbed the stems, and they sort of found stems that they thought were cool, and they played around with it. And while I think it's super dope that there's an opportunity to play with each individual instrument, I actually just wanted the straight no drum version of the sample to see what I could do with it with everything involved. So first things first, I kind of listened through and I wanted to find a part that's a crazy amount of energy, and I found this piece right here. Boom, you already know what it is. So normally would spend the time, zoom in, go through, find the chops, find the pieces that I want. But I actually just wanted to leave it up to fate. So I grabbed it and then I right clicked on it and I sliced to a new MIDI track, and I actually just selected quarter note sample chops Live 8. So there's an old preset, and I'll leave it in the description, from Live 8 where you used to be able to turn your sampler into basically an MP with a template. There was this piece that just stood out to me, and I ended up chopping it up. Sounds like this. Oh yeah, I also pitched it up. So to give it variation, I have this first piece, and then right back to the turnaround. So So to me, it was done. The beat is almost already done. I then come to add drums. I actually chopped the snare from the drum sample, so it sounds like this. Cool. So that piece was done, but then it felt like it needed, it just felt like it needed a little bit of more, it needed some movement. So there's an oldie but goodie from Snare Jordan, I'm not even sure what number, that Jake One put out, that is called the Further Symbols. I love these joints. I use them pretty often, but they just takes the energy up on your drums. This is what they sound like. I actually got a little sexy because the count is involved, and whenever the count is involved, you get sexy. Got these shakers right here, so added in the shaker, recorded it on my cool little microphone. So this thing, I don't even know why I have it, but it's like it's just holding some beads in it. And I added just one little knock on there, I went back to the drum stem from the sample, and I just chopped up some pieces in there that I felt would give the main drums that I did some movement. So cooking with grease. See, it just gives it the swing, gives it the bounce, gives it that movement, right? Boom. Ooh, 2021 is about the moog bass for me. I'm just on it real crazy. And what I'll do is, you'll see in probably a ton of videos that I do, that I'll have some sort of moog, real bouncy moog bass, and then I will accent it with the 808. So you get the 808 right when the boom, yeah. You know, it's feeling good, feeling good. So then I come over here and I actually add just a couple little instruments. This little piece right here, just a little art in Doom. Then there is an Omnisphere bell. So basically the whole first half of it's done, and then I was thinking about what can I do as a B section. Started playing around with the actual sample itself. And I actually automated that by hand. That's why it's a little groovy, a little sloppy, right? So did that, threw on just a little bit of chorus, some reverb, and then what I ended up doing was going back to the stems, because my whole point when I started this was like, oh, I'm just gonna go and chop the sample as if it's a sample and not treat it like I have all of these extra pieces, because the problem is oftentimes if you have too much stuff, you're just gonna get muddled down in trying to figure out how all these different things can connect. It can take you a really long time, a thing that we like to call analysis paralysis. So what I did was go back and I found the piano and I found the strings and essentially did a chop just in Ableton of the chords in those pieces so that it matched. So now when we come in with the B section, right, everything's feeling good, nice and groovy drums, everything. And the last thing I did, super easy, super simple, and this doesn't always work out in your favor. But what I did was take the piano, right click on it, convert harmony to a new MIDI track, right? Sounds like this, just when you get it. Went in, and there were some pieces that I just knew I didn't want, and I just cleaned it. I just cleaned it up a ton. I threw it in the old 50s organ, which is actually something that comes stock in Ableton, and then we get this. Ooh. Right? Take that. You got the other instruments that were in there, and then I added this little cool little rock loop from a vintage drum machine sampler thing that I got. Right? And it's just like a little outro, just take you out to the promised land. So here we go. So let's see what it sounds like. Merengue. Hey. So that's it. That's my take on Solstice. Brand new sample you can download for free in the Cymatics Zodiac pack. 100, verse 4 producers, verse 1 sample. We did it. We in here. Hope you enjoy it. If you want more of the beat, let me know. I'll provide a download link. Make sure you like and subscribe. And check y'all out in a minute. Peace.